A driver has stalled in the middle of an unguarded level crossing and cannot restart the engine. The warning bell is ringing. What should the driver do? Walk clear of the crossing and phone the signal operator so that trains can be stopped. What should a driver be aware of when braking to slow down and stop? A loaded vehicle takes longer to stop.
What does this hand signal mean? The cyclist intends to go straight on.
What effect does alcohol have on driver behaviour? It slows down a driver's reactions. Is a learner driver permitted to drive unaccompanied if they have the consent of the vehicle owner? No. A learner driver is not permitted to drive unaccompanied, even with the owner's consent.
At traffic lights, a driver should take particular care for which road users coming up on the left side, near side. Motorcyclists. What lights should a vehicle show at dusk? Dipped headlights.
What action should a driver take on approach to the brow of this hill? Reduce speed as possible hazards ahead. What should a driver do if dazzled by the lights of an oncoming vehicle? Look to the left-hand edge near side of the roadway and slow down if necessary. What is the purpose of electronic stability control? To keep the vehicle steady and prevent skidding. Where are the blind spots that a driver needs to be aware of when towing a loaded trailer? The area to the side and rear of the vehicle and the trailer that the driver cannot see.
What does this sign mean? Near side lane of 3 closed.
What should drivers be aware of if they meet horses with riders on the road? Drivers should be aware that loud noises from their vehicle may frighten the horses and cause them to bolt. What should a driver do if they see a red warning triangle on the road? The driver should slow down and expect a hazard up ahead. At what point is a vehicle load more likely to shift? When cornering.
When should a driver use their vehicle's hazard warning lights? When broken down and causing an obstruction. When meeting an oncoming vehicle at night, what should a driver do? Avoid looking directly at the oncoming vehicle's lights. Who is responsible for ensuring that a passenger under 17 years of age is wearing a seatbelt while travelling in a car? The driver only. What does this sign mean? Maximum speed is 100 kilometers per hour.
If a vehicle breaks down on a motorway, what should a person do? Move the vehicle to the hard shoulder.
When stopped at traffic lights and the green light comes on, what should a driver do? Check that other road users have cleared the junction and move off with care.
What should a driver do when they encounter mud on the road? Reduce speed and be aware of farm or work vehicles on the road.
What should a driver do to avoid having to make an emergency stop? Keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front.
What should a driver do when suddenly confronted by a hazard on the road? Decelerate and apply the foot brake firmly. On a two-lane motorway, what procedure should a driver adopt when wishing to overtake another vehicle safely? Use their mirrors, signal, and overtake in the right-hand lane when it is safe to do so.
What should a driver do if a tyre bursts on the vehicle they are driving? Hold the steering wheel firmly and pull in on the side of the road.
What does this sign mean? Slippery road ahead. If a driver wishes to drive another privately owned vehicle, but they are uncertain if they are insured to drive that vehicle, what should they do? A driver should contact their own insurer to confirm whether or not their insurance policy covers the driving of other vehicles. What does this sign mean? Flagman ahead.
When being overtaken and there is oncoming traffic, what should a driver do? Allow the overtaking vehicle to pass and return safely to the left side of the road. In general, above what gross vehicle weight must a trailer have brakes fitted? 750 kilograms.
What should a driver do if involved in a collision with another vehicle where nobody is injured? Exchange all relevant details with the other driver. A driver notices that the wiper blades are worn. What should they do? Have the blades replaced as soon as possible. What does this sign mean? Parking permitted during the times shown.
Which vehicle is in the correct position to make a right turn from the major road into the minor road? Three.
What should a driver do when they want to safely change to the lane on the right in which there is other traffic? Use the mirror, signal, and move into the right-hand lane when a suitable gap appears in the traffic in that lane.
How does driving at high speed affect a vehicle's road holding? The road holding ability of the vehicle is reduced.
What should the car driver be aware of in this situation? Slowing down and being prepared to react.
Which of the following affects the braking distance of a vehicle? The speed and weight of the vehicle.
What does this sign mean? Maximum speed is 30 kilometers per hour.